So, cheering on the person that won second place and ignoring the person that won first place. Ladies and gentlemen, take a look at what winning looks like. Take a long, hard look at what winning looks like. Digest it, marinate on it, accept it, and be okay with it. Because winning doesn't always look like what you want it to. And that is why I always tell you guys, when you're accomplishing a goal, you're doing it for yourself. You're not doing it for the acceptance of man. You're not doing it for the acceptance of women. Whatever you're doing, you have to be doing it for yourself. That's what I always tell you guys. If you're not doing it for yourself and you're doing it to get a clap from other people, it's like you're setting yourself up. You know, you have to be self-validated. This woman, I can only imagine how she felt. She won, yes, but it didn't feel like a win because she got embarrassed. And shouts to Midori Monet for winning. You guys go ahead on her Instagram, show her some love. I'm sure she really needs it right now with this, oh my God, with this horrible thing she had to experience. But as women, you know, again, we cannot get on these type of hate trains. Show her some love, congratulate her for winning. No woman or man should have to feel bad for being their best. They did the same thing to Gunna. Nobody should have to feel bad for exceeding the expectation and doing their best. You're not a villain because of that. But you have to embrace villainhood anyways, because winning will make you the villain. Being happy will make you the villain. Choosing yourself will make you the villain. Once you understand this, people are not going to have that much of a strong effect on you. Well, that was brutal. That was pretty brutal. That was pretty hard to watch. You know, I had to close my eyes for a couple of seconds. I had to close my eyes because I was cringing because I'm like, oh my God, that's disgusting. Like, that's just, you don't do that. Like, where's your class? You don't do that. You don't do that. But, you know, class is, we have a shortage on class nowadays. So that's not a surprise. But when you lose, you lose with confidence. Like, you know what? Congratulations to you. God bless you and your family. You lose with confidence. But when you're a sore loser, you make the winner feel like they're doing something wrong by gaining, you know, happiness or a win or a trophy or whatever, or good news is something that they really wanted. Just be happy for the person, right? That was brutal. That was brutal. That was brutal. The group strikes again, right? The group strikes again. The group strikes again. This is why you have to validate yourself. You really have to like yourself. And when you're winning for you guys. Okay, this applies to men and women. When you win for you. Because if you're winning for the acceptance and likings of others, you're going to be disappointed because the group is going to shred you, my dear. So I'm always, especially when I'm coaching men and women, I'm like, okay, why do you want to win this? Why do you want to become a doctor? Why do you want to be the best? Why do you want to be a lawyer? If you don't have a deeper meaning as to why you want to lose weight, why you want to look better, why you want to purchase a house, if you don't have a deep meaning behind that quote unquote win, that win is going to feel like a loss because of the way other people make you feel. So you better have a good reason for why you're doing what you're doing, because if it's the validation and acceptance and approvals of others, you are going to be very, very disappointed, because the reality is the group that's full of the narcissistic people, they're always going to come together to bully the winner. That's why you have to have a solid mind. A solid mind. Now, does her being black have anything to do with this? Well, it's a possibility. It's a possibility because it was said that she got fake hair, right? It's a possibility, but I don't really think it has anything to do with her being, well, that can play a part. I'm not going to discredit how racism can play a part in this, but I think this is just the reality of winning amongst the group majority of the time, especially if the group is women. This is kind of the reality of it. Does the race have a role to play? Yeah, but not necessarily. This is just what winning looks like for women, right?
If you don't resonate or align with my teachings, then my content is not for you. Avoid commenting, subscribing, or interacting. Instead, go to a page where you resonate. If you comment something foul, disrespectful, or like something foul or disrespectful, you will be blocked. I will also block you if you comment any contradictory to my message. I don't post for your agreement, so please think about that before you run and comment, I don't agree. Think about that. It doesn't matter. I post what I am led to post. Your agreement or okay was never needed. I don't need your permission. Let's get into it.
Oh my goodness. This is again, this is why I'm always encouraging women a lot. I'm always pushing women. I'm always encouraging women. I'm always, trying to get women out of that space of fear, because women do not want to be their best or possibly accomplish something because of how you will trigger feelings in other people that want to make you feel less than. When I saw this video, my heart literally dropped. I was like, there is no way on a stage these girls would do this. These people would do this. There's no way that they would think that, that's wild to me. To completely ignore the person. What, is it because she's black? I know the woman also said something about her having fake hair. I don't know what fake hair has to do with somebody putting their best foot forward and winning something, but it's like they completely disregarded her. It's just, again, and this is what I'm always preparing women for, is you have to clap for yourself and you have to validate yourself. You cannot look for claps from people. That's why I tell people, if you win for you. You win for your family. You win for your kids. You win for your parents. You win for your legacy. You win for your own personal individual internal achievement and happiness. But you don't want to be looking for claps from anybody, especially if you're a woman, because you're really not going to get it. And it shouldn't matter. You win for you. That's why I always tell women, and men, there's going to be a small, tiny percentage of people that will clap for you. It's going to be very tiny. But the little, small percentage of people that clap for you, that decide to honor that and be grateful for that, because this is bullying, in my opinion. This is just another form of covert narcissistic bullying. When people come together to make another person feel less than. That's really all it is. Women have to have strong minds, and men, you have to have strong minds so this stuff does not take a chip off of your shoulder. I was talking to a girl chat, a client of mine, she's a doctor. She's soon going to be a doctor. And she said, Mel, I don't know if I could take it anymore. I said, well, do you want to win? Because if you want to win at your life, okay, not in general. Your win is not an insult to people. If you become a doctor, you can take care of your kids, your family, your parents. They're probably older. And she said, Mel, I don't know if I can take this anymore. I didn't know it was going to be this hostile. I said, yeah, success on women looks very different than success on men. When a man wins, everybody wants to be his friend. Everybody wants to be cool with him. When a woman wins, it's very isolating. She feels isolated. And this goes back to, again, when a woman is beautiful, she'll probably be isolated. If she's the best at what she does, she'll probably be isolated. If she has her own individual confidence, again, isolation. It's a lot of that. And it can hurt you on a soul level. And this is why I tell women and men to, don't worry about groups.
I don't care. Just stop caring, It's it's the same thing. Nothing has changed. It's these things, it's just a confirmation of my findings. I've been saying this. Losers are always in groups, If you want to be a loser, you got to not win. That's really the only way that you can fit in, is to lose. Okay? Women love the girl who's losing because she doesn't trigger them, right? Society loves the person who is not beating the odds, who's not beating the expectations. They want you to be at a basic, non-threatening level. That's why I always tell people, if you want to win, you better embrace isolation. You better like being alone, and you better grow accustomed to being alone and find comfort in being alone, because when you're winning, people will isolate you. Okay. I was having a communication with one of my clients for the girl chat call. She's a doctor, or she's about to be a doctor. And she told me, she said, Mel, the girls don't like me. The other women don't like me. The men don't like me. I said, but you're winning. You don't need them to like you. You got what they need. You have what they want. You have what they wish they had. So what they're trying to do is flip the script on you to make you feel like you winning is some type of insult, when in reality, they wish they were in your place. And that's what we see going on here with this pageant. This is typical. This is typical behavior. Women have a hard time with women who win. It's a sore loser approach. You know, it's like they've never been exposed to real competition, right? I always say that women tend to compete at these asinine levels, these low levels that don't really require much effort. That is the area that women...
Before we get back to the video, don't forget to sign up. You have to be willing to weaponize your masculinity as a woman. Masculinity is not bad. Masculine energy is not bad. I don't know why people keep saying that. Masculine energy is the ability to reach a goal. Masculinity is what? Goal-oriented, structurally, orderly, being able to show up on time's precision, logic, rationality. Nothing about that is bad.
Compete in, and some men too. And when it's really time for them to put their foot forward and win something big, they don't have it in them. They don't have it in them. So when the winner wins, they try to isolate the winner like they're doing something wrong. And this goes back to the reverse psychology. If you look at the video, when they all got together in those groups and they're like jumping up and down, notice how they turn around and they're like looking at her to see if she is affected by them not congratulating. First of all, you're a sore loser. If somebody wins, you go up to them, you shake their hand and you say, hey, fair is fair. But a lot of women can't really do that because they've never understood competition. Imagine, like, it's like presidents. What does the president do to the other president that wins? They shake their hand and wish them the best because you lost. You lost. That's it. You lost. It's okay. In life, you will win. You will lose. You won't win everything in life. That's a very narcissistic way to think. You will win and you will lose. But if you lose, you give your respect to the winner. But women and these groups, especially groups, general groups, it doesn't even have to be a group full of women, just society groups it's a lot of psychological warfare. They want you to feel guilty for making strides, right? That's why I always tell you guys to practice private happiness. Why? Because a lot of people will not be able to handle you winning. They can't handle it. They can't take it. So why tell them anyways? Why celebrate your win with them anyways? Most people cannot handle seeing another person win. They immediately try to make the person feel bad. It's like you get a new car. Oh, I heard those cars give a lot of problems. You lose weight. Oh, girl, you better stop losing weight. You look real sick. Or you meet a guy who loves you. Oh, you sure he's not cheating on you? Or a guy is like ripped because he's been working hard at the gym. Oh, what type of... what do you call that? They start asking him what type of supplements or stuff that he's taking to kind of take away from his time bench pressing. It's like, what you guys have to understand is losers are always in groups. If you're a loser, you will have a lot of friends. If you're a loser, a lot of people will like you. If you're a loser, a lot of women will like you. If you're a loser, men will like you. If you are a loser, that's people's preference because you are not triggering their ego. People prefer people that don't trigger their inadequacies. Okay, that's part of my analogies. People prefer people that don't trigger them feeling inadequate. Okay, so especially for women, and this goes back to the next class, weaponizing your masculinity. I'm always telling women, you know, you really got to get out of that that need to be accepted by the group, because women, they're not going to like you if you're winning. They're going to get together and they're going to build a cahoot system against you if you're winning. It's nothing new. You have to choose to win anyways. You have to choose to win anyways. If you want to be a loser, what's the word? She at it again. What's the word? She in it to win. What's the word? She back and she staying. What's the word? The chick ain't playing. That is one of my favorite chorus verses from Lil Kim. Like that verse right there, like that's always gonna be my intro and outro song. What's the word, Lil Kim? Like, she's back and she's staying. The chick's not playing. That kind of has to be your mentality, especially as a woman, when it comes to winning, because you will gain hate for winning, especially if you're a woman that's winning. Women will hate you for the fact that you're making strides that they are too lazy to make, because the world sets the bar so low for women. The bar for women is very low. So they're just expected to show up, smile, and have some blush on and some lip gloss, and she's great. But they don't expect you to make strides. They don't expect you to break barriers. They don't expect you to make history. They don't expect you to supersede the expectation. They don't expect that from women. So once you win, women want to devour you. They want to devour you. Not all women. There are women who are winners that will stand with you because they win too, so they get it. But a lot of them will not be able to do that for you. So this is just an example of the group is for losers, okay? You don't ever want to be a part of the group. That should never be, and it applies to even religious settings too. I stopped doing the church group thing. Why? Because I don't want to be dominated by anybody in here. That's the thing. The minute you're a part of a group, you're dominated. And you guys may say, oh, well, Mel, what about you? You have groups. You have classes that are part of groups. You have Telegram groups. Yeah, but look at the group leader though. I encourage you guys to be yourselves. I always encourage you guys to be the best. You can never take that away from me. Every call that I have with mentees, every consultation, I'm always pushing men and women to be their best and to take over. You got to give me that. I never encourage people to water themselves down. I actually mentally prepare you guys, and I tell you guys you will receive hate and scrutiny for winning. Get ready. I always tell you guys to buckle up. I actually always tell you guys it's going to get worse. Do I not tell you that? When you guys book calls with me about winning and how the group responds to you, do I not tell you guys, well, you might as well get used to it because it's going to get worse. But guess what? You're not going to stop winning because of people's attacks. As a matter of fact, you're going to put the foot on the gas anyways, because guess what? You're not winning for their approval. You're winning to build a generation of success for your family. It's bigger than them. What I'm doing here, it's bigger than my haters. It's bigger than the women online who don't like me. They're not important. I'm building a legacy for my family. It's not about you. You're irrelevant. You're obsolete. I live rent-free in your head. You don't matter to me. Because my hustle is building something for my family. It's not about you. It's about my elderly parents. You don't exist. But for losers, because losers obsess over other people, they think that you're thinking about them. Meanwhile, you're winning for a bigger purpose. And that is what you guys have to always have in your mind, is people who are losers, who get in these groups, they don't really have much going on for themselves. So they'll never understand your win. And they'll always try and tear you down. But you have to be strong with them. That's why I said we don't do groups. We don't do groups. We don't do groups because we are not going to limit ourselves. And to be in a group is to limit oneself. Before we get back to the video, don't forget to sign up. You have to be willing to weaponize your masculinity as a woman. Masculinity is not bad. Masculine energy is not bad. I don't know why people keep saying that. Masculine energy is the ability to reach a goal. Masculinity is what? Goal-oriented, structurally, orderly, being able to show up on times, precision, logic, rationality. Nothing about that is bad.
So with the October spooky season coming around and holiday season, make sure you guys are okay being the villain. Yes, villainhood is a real thing, and that's what this class is going to talk about. We are going to speak on the characteristic traits and approaches you have to take when you are no longer living your life to be accepted and validated by people while accepting their bad behavior. Sometimes being the protector in your book looks like being a villain in another person's book. It's all a psychological mind game. If you don't choose yourself, if you don't choose your happiness, if you are not unapologetically you and winning without feeling apologetic about it, guess what? People are going to view you as a villain. But if you already walk in villainhood, it doesn't matter. Okay, so this is going to be a good class, especially in conjunction with weaponizing your masculinity. You have to get comfortable with being viewed as a villain. You need a strong mental mind to accept people villainizing you because you are being and doing your best.